Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a reading for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising people for the month of March. We're going to first start off with a little Celtic Cross just to see what's happening for you guys right now. And then we'll probably get into a romance spread after that, and then we'll see what happens. This one is just kind of be a wing it video. Okay, so just to start off, we have the Ace of Pentacles for the middle, the Two of Pentacles is the conflict. Also, sorry for the lack of an intro, but I feel like the intro wastes a lot of time, so we're just going to get right into tarot because that's what you came here for. Okay, so for the subconscious, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse as well. We're going to take both. I feel like both resonate. And then for what happened in the recent past to bring you guys to this point is way too many cards, so we're not going to take them all. Sorry. Also, if it bothers you guys to not see me shuffle, let me know. I'm working on the setup currently. I don't really like the way it is, but this is the way it has to be for now because it's the only thing that really works. But if the setup bothers you, let me know, and I will do my best to change it. Okay, so for the recent past, we have the Father of Cups in reverse, so the King of Cups in reverse. And now for what's going on in the conscious, like present moment, like the feelings you're portraying on the outside, we have the Moon reverse. Okay, and then for the near future, or the most likely outcome to come out of this situation for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising is the King of Wands. Alrighty. So, right away, I can see that there's a new prospect that you guys are taking on. I feel like the problem that's going, or you're having with it though, is you may be very busy or you have a lot on your plate, maybe too much on your plate. Like, you may have more than one job at this moment, or you may have more than one possible love offer, or you may have more than one possible job offer, or anything of that kind. I have a feeling that you have more than one of something. And I have a feeling that you want to take it further with one of those two things. Like, say that you're in between two jobs or two career paths. I have a feeling that you want to just pick one and get it over with. And that's what the Seven of Cups in reverse is kind of like. You kind of just want to make a decision. You probably have a lot of options in your life right now and directions that you could take, and I feel like a lot of them are very prosperous options, and I have a feeling that's why it's so hard for you guys to come to a decision or a choice. In the recent past with the Father of Cups in reverse, I'm going to get a clarifier for that real quick. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, so I have a feeling that there's something that, okay, one more card for this, and then I'll say what I think that means before we just kind of get into it. The Devil reverse, yes, okay. So there was something in your past, I feel like, that an opportunity that you assumed was going to work out. It was something you probably cared very deeply for, something that seemed very promising, very successful, that gave you a lot of confidence and hope for your future. I feel like that didn't work out the exact way you thought it was going to, so you decided that you had to go in a new direction. And with the Ace of Pentacles now coming up upright in this area, I have a feeling that this is a more prosperous direction for you in the future. But at the moment, I feel like it could be causing you a lot of, like, you just may have too many options or things going on right now. Or you may be too busy or have a lot on your plate. But with the Ace of Cups reverse and the Son of Swords reverse at the bottom, I can see it. Let's just get into that really quickly. Okay, so we got the High Priestess. So I have a feeling, I just want to get one more card before we talk about it. We have the Seven of Wands as well. There's something in your guys' life that you have, okay, I feel like there's feelings that aren't being spoken about. There's like very deep feelings of love and care for a certain individual. I can't necessarily say who. It could be somebody you're in a relationship with. It could be somebody you're not in a relationship with. I have a feeling that there's some unrequited love in this department, or unspoken about love in this department. But with the High Priestess, I feel like you're very aware of this, either on both sides or just in general. But at the same time, I feel like you have a very strong belief on what this love means to you, or how this love makes you feel, or something like that. But I have a feeling that it's like almost negatively weighing on you at this moment with the Ace of Cups in reverse. I'm going to get a couple cards for the Moon reverse at the top, just to see what that kind of means. We have Hierophant in reverse. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, so on the forefront though, so this is how I'm seeing this. This may not resonate for everyone, but this is kind of like the first thing I thought of. Okay, so with the High Priestess upright here and the Moon reverse here, that's kind of telling me that deep down you trust your intuition on the inside. But on the forefront, or the way you're displaying things, you're kind of seeming like confused, or like you're questioning things too much, or you really don't know what's going on, if that makes sense. Or you could just be figuring something out with the Moon reversed as well. But with the Knight of Swords reversed here, but the Knight of Swords upright here, I have a feeling. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is pointed towards this cup reversed in this area, but this Knight of Swords here is pointed towards this Moon reverse and this Hierophant reversed up here. So I have a feeling that on the outside, you're kind of very publicly confused, or you're publicly coming to a conclusion about a psychic revelation, if that makes any sense. Like, if you've had any like random insights in the past, especially like involving this, I have a feeling that you're kind of talking about that out front, or being kind of open about that side of yourself, or you're very openly confused is what I'm seeing here, or very openly, like, not delusional, because with the Seven of Cups reversed here, it's kind of like you're coming to a realization of something. It's probably an important psychic, like, insight, or like some random piece of information you wasn't sure if it was true, or some truth being brought to light here, and I have a feeling you're kind of like expressing that. But when it comes to like your subconscious, I have a feeling that you have feelings, either for a particular person or situation or something that you have a lot of love for, that you are unwilling to express because of this intuition. I hope that makes some sense, because that's like exactly how I'm seeing it. It could have to do with commitment. It could have to do with like another woman. It could have to do with like political beliefs or something of that sort. It could have to do with an air sign as well, with the Son of Swords coming up twice. It could have to do with, we'll just talk about all the majors on the board. It could have to do with a Pisces with the Moon reverse here. It could have to do with a Taurus. I usually see Taurus and Hierophant. It could have to do with the devil. It could have to do with a Capricorn. Sorry, I didn't mean that. But like, you know, the devil is the Capricorn card. My bad. It could also have to do with a fire sign. That's what I'm seeing. So, or a water sign, because the Father of Cups is here. The water sign, though, I think was in the past, if it had to do with a water sign at all. Normally, I don't talk about that type of stuff, so. Anyways, so for the future, we have the Three of Wands in reverse next to the Father of Wands. Oopsie. And the Six of Pentacles, and pull one more. And the Empress. Okay. So for the future, I can see you guys kind of developing a new sense of well-being, if that makes sense. I feel like you're going to be very prosperous in some way or another, but I have a feeling, okay, with the Three of Wands reversed, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not looking forward to your future. You may not be, if that, you know, maybe you're just a little bit afraid of the possibilities that are to come, or the journey that is to come, maybe, even though you're doing very well, and I feel like you're very sure of yourself, and you're very passionate about what you have been doing, and you've been, like, doing the work when it comes to give and take. Karmatically, I think that you guys are sitting in a really good spot in the future, but I have a feeling that there's still something that's, like, discouraging you, whether it be, like, your own doubts or insecurities on how things are gonna go, if that makes sense. Just, you know, the unknowingness. Like, going into the unknown is scary, just regardless, when it comes to any situation or, like, a relationship, a life path, a career, whatever. I know those are the only things I talk about, but, like, I feel like when it comes to that, you guys are still a little bit worried, even though you know you kind of have it together, if that makes sense. Or you're gonna face a couple roadblocks. They won't be crazy roadblocks. It'll just kind of test, like, how you truly feel about the place you are in your life right now. But with this, okay, this spread over here, I'm still getting, okay, you could also have, like, a tear between your head and your heart right now, like a big one. There could be, like, a certain situation that's going on that you know is the right thing to do, and there's a certain situation that you, like, you feel like you need to do or you really want to do, if that makes sense. And I have a feeling that that's kind of where you're at now, is the decision between head and heart. But I also see in the future that maybe you choose yourself at the same time while giving and taking fairly when it comes to, like, your relationships and your career and all those things. And while that gives you a little bit of doubt, I wouldn't necessarily be too discouraged on that forefront, to be honest with you, because that didn't look too bad for you guys. Also, that was just a little random Celtic card spread. Hopefully that resonated. If it didn't, just move along and hopefully something else in the reading does. It's not everything's going to resonate with everybody because this is a general reading. So now we're going to get into a little romance spread. Just like two different sides of the story spread. I'm going to pull two animal cards. One's going to represent you. One's going to represent the person you're romantically asking about. You can pick which one, you know, resonates with you more and which one resonates with them more. I don't get to pick. That's all up to you to decide. We'll just see. Okay. So for the first person, for Aquarius's love reading, we have the Goat, which is act from your innate wisdom. Hopefully you guys can see the cards too. I kind of don't have the best camera angle, and also sorry about the background noise. It is very windy today. Okay, and the second person in the love reading for Aquarius is the Shark. Lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. Okay, so for the first row, I am going to pull 3 cards for the Goat, 3 cards for the Shark. And each of these cards is going to represent how their relationship is going at the current moment. And the middle cards I'm going to pull 2 middle cards and put them here, will be how we'll get to that actually as we go. I don't want to just ramble. Okay. So, the first card for the Goat is the Fool. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. And Judgment upright. Now, the card I'm going to pull for the Goat is going to represent how the Goat is approaching the Shark right now in the present moment. Like, the conscious efforts that the Goat is going to be presenting will be here. The Shark will be able to see this. I'll just pull that card quick. And the Shark will not be able to see this part of the Goat's life. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. It all depends. But this is more personal for the Goat. But this is the action the Goat is presenting, if the Goat is presenting any action whatsoever. Okay, so we have the Daughter of Pentacles, so the Page of Pentacles, and we're just going to keep going until we get this whole row finished, and then we're going to talk about it. So for the Shark, we got the Devil reverse, we have the Page of the Knight of Wands, Son of Wands in this deck, the Hermit. And how is the Shark approaching the Goat at this time romantically? 1 card, please. We have the 8 of Swords. Okay, So now we're going to talk about the goat first. Alright, so in the relationship with the shark, I see a newfound sense of, I see new beginnings with the Fool for sure. But with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I also see some type of need for a new beginning or some type of codependency when it comes to the shark. The goat may feel like they need the shark or feel like the shark kind of completes them. I see them offering some type of, I feel like this is romantic, with even though it's not necessarily a romantic card, usually it's like financial, but I feel like they're offering the shark some type of like gracious offer, if that makes sense. They're like, it's either has to do with money or like something high profiting. I don't know how to, like, that could resonate in any way whatsoever. It could be like an expensive date, or it could be like a job offer or something like that, or it could be like a lot of money or like a very fancy gift or something like that with the Daughter of Pentacles. I have a feeling that's what the goat is offering the shark, because the shark feels like they maybe need to display this type of affection in order to win over the shark. Sorry, the goat feels like they need to display that type of affection. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but, and I feel like they've come to some type of conclusion with Judgment. I kind of almost want to get one more card for Judgment and why that's there for the goat, which I don't always do. We're gonna do it now. I got two. We have the Ace of Wands and the Two of Swords reversed. So I feel like they have finally come to a conclusion. It was probably a long thought about conclusion or whatever, and they're finally offering some type of like security or financial well-being or something in order to win the shark over. Okay, but we're gonna get into the shark very quickly. The shark has the Devil reversed, so I feel like the shark is going through a time of healing or transforming within themselves. I feel like they have a couple of bad behaviors that they need to work through. That's what I'm getting through with the Devil reverse. I don't think the shark is necessarily a bad person. Definitely not. But I feel like they know they have a lot to work on, and I think they're trying to do so like by themselves or within their own minds or heads. And I feel like that's why they're coming across with this Eight of Swords energy, where they're kind of like, they may feel trapped in their own mind or in the situation they're in their life currently, where they feel like they can't accept this offer, or they might not be in a good place financially either, which is why they feel like they can't reciprocate, so they're getting a little nervous. But with the Knight of Wands, I feel like they're really determined to work on this part of themselves, like, but I think they're very determined to do it by themselves, if that makes sense. I don't think the shark wants to be like alone or single like permanently, but I feel like they have things that they need to like do by themselves that maybe they feel like the goat doesn't need to know about, or the goat would maybe intrude on if they accepted this offer from the goat, if that makes any sense. So now we are going to get into the second row, which is like hidden thoughts, hidden feelings, hidden secrets about the goat, the person we're asking about, or yourself. Okay, so we have Judgment reverse for the goat, which is really funny. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm only going to pull 3 cards for this part, for each person. Because if it's a secret, it's probably not being presented to each other, so, you know, what's the point in pulling a card for that? 5 of Cups. That was 2 cards, so we're going to put them back, and if they come out again, it is what it is. Okay. We have the Page of Wands. So, we're going to pull 3 cards then. Now, for the shark, we have the King of Swords in reverse, King of Needles in this deck, 4 of Swords in reverse, yep, 4 of Needles in this deck, and the King of Wands in reverse. Okay. King of Handles in this deck. I don't know if you guys saw that. My bad. Doing things a little too quickly. Okay. So, we're going to talk about the goat real quick. I have a feeling. So, with Judgment reversed here and Judgment upright here, I feel like the goat has this, like, on the outside and to the shark, I have a feeling that the goat is like, this is what I want. This is what I want to give you. Here it is. Blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. But I have a feeling that they may have like this second guessing nature on whether that's the right thing to do or not. Maybe it's because of how the shark is recepting this offer or the way they're presenting it. I feel like the goat's like, with the Five of Cups, I feel like the goat is really, really worried that something bad is going to happen with the shark. Maybe if they approach them the wrong way, or if the shark doesn't want to like reciprocate this offer. I feel like the goat may think it has something to do with them because they are so passionate about it. Because with the Page of Candles, I can see like this like deep desire to like not figure things out, but to like do something, you know, to like progress the relationship further, or to get over some type of heartbreak, or to figure out a solution or an answer to a problem. That's where I can see the goat having a really deep passion. And I feel like if they don't figure it out, and I feel like there's a prospect of them not figuring it out, I think that's very much so worrying them. Because with the Nine of Pentacles here too, and right underneath, like they're right next to each other, I can kind of see like they maybe are worried about being abandoned by the shark, or they are worried that the shark may decide that they don't want them in their life or something like that. And I feel like that's very like worrying to the goat in a way. Even though the goat kind of sees this situation as like a very bright and beautiful opportunity, whether it be new or something that's already been going on for a while, I feel like they look at it from a good light. So, but at the same time, there will always be that second guess about the judgment or the decision that they made, because I feel like they're not 100% sure about how the shark feels about them. That's what I'm kind of seeing. But, okay. For the shark, I can see the shark. Alright, so this is how I read all of these cards, like, right off the bat. So if any of this rings a bell, then there it is. King of Swords reversed to me represents, like, especially, and the King of Wands represents a very, like, represents a very like negative or egotistical person, or somebody who thinks that they are always right. They're very cold. They're very like, they lack warmth for sure. Like with the King of Wands in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse, like they're gonna be very cold, like probably sharp with their words, probably very intelligent, but like they think they're better than everyone, especially these two cards together. So maybe the shark. So for the shark, I can kind of see with the Four of Swords in reverse right next, or in between the two, I can feel like either they have realized that they can be this type of person and they really are trying to stop with the Devil reverse, or the attitude they have towards the relationship, which won't apply to everybody. This thing I'm gonna say next. The attitude they have about the relationship is like this, and deep down inside they are a person like that, and you need to like avoid them. Say you're the goat and you're watching a reading for the shark and you're really not sure what type of person the shark is, like, and this fits any type of bill for you, like, okay. I'm not saying that applies for everybody though, so don't take it that way. I have a feeling that the shark though, in another way, has a very hard time coming to decisions, coming to the right decision first of all, and I have a feeling they have a hard time doing so confidently. I feel like they may have very similar problems, the goat and the shark, but with the goat, I feel like they're like worried that their decision isn't the right decision, but with the shark, I have a feeling that they're not positive, and that's what kind of makes them upset, is that they aren't sure of it, if that makes sense. I can sense a lot of like passion for the goat, whether it be like on a romantic plane, a physical plane, or a spiritual or friendship based plane. I feel like they really like them, but I have a feeling they are just like really nervous about something. Like I feel like either the goat makes them very nervous, or like the fact that they're trying to hide a certain part of themselves from the goat makes them nervous, or they have a feeling that they may look at themselves in a negative light as well. With these two cards reversed and the Devil reversed, the shark may look at themselves as a bad person when maybe they're not. We're also going to throw that out there. They could see themselves as like egotistical or demanding or upfront or whatever, and they think that like behavior needs to change because like if they're acting that way with the goat's not ever going to like them or something. But I don't know. We're just going to keep going and talk about the most likely future outcome between the two of you. We're going to start with the goat first. We got the Four of Wands, 3 cards for this part. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the bottom row. We have the 9 of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, so now we're going to get 2 cards for how the goat is coming at the shark in the future. We have the Ace of Swords. That was 1 too many. That was like 5 too many. 1 more card. Okay, we have the Devil reverse. Interesting. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing for the shark before I start to read on this. Okay, so can I get 3 cards for how the shark feels about the relationship in the future? We have the Fool. Okay, 2 more cards. This is very interesting. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 1 more card for the shark. You have Death reverse. Ooh. Alright, and then 2 cards for how the shark is coming at the goat in the future, please, Spirit. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. What's going on? Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is how I'm going to read this. For the goat, I can see some type of wish fulfillment when it comes to family life or the people they find the closest to them. I feel like it's something they knew was going to happen all along. The 9 of Cups and the High Priestess right next to each other signify as like a very strong knowing that something good was coming to you in your life, and it's something that came to them. The way this spread is laid out, it really seems like, I feel like the goat kind of gets their way all along, and the goat kind of gets the shark to feel the way that the goat wanted the shark to feel. Because with this energy right here, the Fool and the 9 of Pentacles reverse being transferred down here to the Fool of 9 of Pentacles reversed again, I have a feeling that the shark kind of picks up on the way that the goat was acting before, because I feel like the shark has similar feelings. And the way the shark is postponing this ending right here, or like trying to bring something back from the dead, is what I'm seeing with Death reverse and the 5 of Pentacles reverse. I can see like the severe need to let someone back in, or the severe need to come back into someone's life after being out of it for such a long time, or, and that could be like mentally as well. That doesn't have to be like, you know, physically. It could be just like this person was very checked out emotionally because they were working on themselves, and all of a sudden they're like, look, I need you. I want to start something new with you. Hello. I'm here, you know. I'm coming with this fucking offer. I'm sorry for swearing. I do that sometimes. But like this Page of Pentacles, again, I can see the shark really coming at the goat with a similar offer the goat was like presenting to them now. That's very interesting, because I have a feeling they don't want something to end here, for sure, whether it be their relationship with the goat or like some type of cycle they're in or whatever. And I feel like the goat's gonna be like, I knew it. With these 2 cards right next to each other, this is like what I'm seeing. Like, look at the smuggish look on this guy's face, and the High Priestess just kind of sitting there like, yep, told ya. I have a feeling that they knew this was gonna happen, and so with the Ace of Swords, I feel like they're going to be presenting, like, they may say that to the shark, if that makes sense. They may be like, I told you so. Or they may be like, I knew this was going to happen in some way or another. Or they may display to the fact that they make them very happy and they knew that they were the one for them or something like that. But also with the Devil reverse for the goat, I can see some reciprocated energy between the 2 of you. I feel like you 2 are very similar people, first of all, on more than one forefront. And I feel like you 2 kind of mirror each other's emotions and feelings over time. the way this was like, you know, like that. But the Devil reverse for the Goat really kind of like, I feel like the Goat is really, how do I explain this? The Goat is kind of trying to change, I think. And I think they're presenting that to the Shark, and they're like, look, I'm not the same person I used to be. I am getting better. I know I used to suck, but I don't suck anymore. So please stop trying to run away from me or hide from this relationship or something. Like, I'm working on myself. And they're like presenting that. And I believe the Shark is like, okay, I really want to start this with you. I really want to make things right or whatever, or I want to go down this new path because I don't want this relationship to end, or I don't want this connection to falter or whatever. So I'm going to like either let you back in with like open arms and be like, okay, or they're going to accept this offer that was taken or given to them. Very interesting, you guys. I feel like this is, I hope this spread resonated because it's very interesting and very reciprocated on both sides, like the way the Shark and the Goat kind of like mirror each other. So I have a feeling though that you guys are both going through a lot of self-work. I feel like the Goat may come to a conclusion about the way they feel about the Shark before the Shark comes to that conclusion. If that makes any sense, the Shark may be a little bit late to the party, is what I'm seeing. And I feel like the Goat is going to get that aha, yay moment with these three cards like right next to each other, like the Ace of Swords as well. It's kind of like they knew it coming all along. So if you're the Goat, I feel like whatever you're anticipating or whatever offer you're presenting to the Shark, if it's not being presented now or accepted now, it most likely will be in the future. I believe the Shark is just worried about something. I think they're worried about the type of person they are, or they're worried about a person like this intervening, or they're worried that this person is like this. That's also something I could be seeing. Like, you know, the egotistical way of being, like the kind of douchebag asshole that I'm always right. Maybe the Shark has somebody in their life that's very similar to that, and that's why they can't accept this offer, because of some tension between the Goat and that other person or whatever. Or the Shark just really like is scared that the Goat is kind of like that or whatever, but I don't think the Goat is, if that makes any sense. So, okay, we're going to move on from that spread now, but that was a good one, I thought. Now, we're going to do a little 9-card spread. I haven't done one of these on this channel yet. This is one I tend to do for myself quite a bit, and it's kind of like a Celtic Cross, but in a different format. I don't really have a format for these. 9 of Pentacles. I just kind of put 9 cards out and we read it how it is, I guess, and hopefully it resonates. 10 of Pentacles. Oops. Okay. 5 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. Hopefully I can get 9 cards of these. 10 of Swords in the middle of the spread, reverse, sorry, and the King of Pentacles reversed. High Priestess. Quite a few cards. 8 of Pentacles. That was the one that popped out first, so we will use that. Oh my goodness. It's going crazy. Ace of Wands. Okay, so while I was shuffling, this kind of changed from a random spread to more of like a beginning of the month, or the beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. So we're going to read it that way, and we're going to get clarifiers as I need them. But yeah, okay. So the beginning of the month for you looks very prosperous. I feel like you're going to get something you wanted when it comes to family or finances or some type of stability and security in your life. But I feel like it won't come to you without some type of struggle. I know that sounds weird or whatever, but it may not come to you without some type of opposition. with the Five of Wands. I feel like there may be something that you have to go through or that has to end in your life in order for you to get what you need. We have the Magician reversed for the Five of Wands, clarifying, and the Ten of Swords. Yep, so there's something that I feel like that needs to end before something good can start in your life. I feel like you're aware of this, though. But the Nine of Wands may be like you got a taste of this preview of how good your life could be, but you know you can't have it until something else ends or whatever. Okay, so for the middle of the month with the Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords reverse, and the King of Pentacles reverse, I can see you working together with a close group of friends, either when it comes to a project you both are enjoying or like some type of money move is something I'm seeing for the middle of the month. And I feel like that's kind of like a random thing you guys get into that you weren't really expecting to get into, maybe. And it's something you've always wanted to do, I have a feeling. And it's something you always knew you were going to do as well. But with the middle of the spread being the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Swords coming up here for the Five of Wands, I feel like there's some type of conflict in your life that like constantly keeps coming up. And that maybe makes you feel like you're not, like, it makes you feel unprofessional, and it makes you feel impractical, and it makes you feel like irresponsible, something like that. I feel like whatever that challenge is that comes up in your life, like, you're really, for some reason, you don't want to like resolve it or come to an ending when it comes to that specific situation in your life. I feel like you might enjoy opposition, or you may have some weird like insight about this like situation that prevents you from wanting it to end, which would, you know, make sense. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Like in as little cards as possible, not 20. Sorry, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles reverse and the Two of Wands for why the Eight of Pentacles is here. Now I want why is the High Priestess here in one card. King of Pentacles reversed again. Okay, so there could be, alright, this could be an earth sign in your life, or especially with the King of Pentacles coming up twice, it could be an earth sign, so Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo individual. It could be like an older male figure, or some like an older masculine energy person, if that makes any sense, that it looks like you have some type of intuition about. They could be the person that you're trying to avoid an ending with or something like that, but, and it could be a boss as well. Sorry, I don't mean to just throw that in there randomly, but I always think of bosses or like supervisors or heads or leads, head honchos, whatever, like when we were talking about Father of Pentacles. Anyways, but I feel like you have intuition or insight about two different options you could take with this situation, and I have a feeling that the option you want to take involves not disappointing people or disappointing yourself or secluding yourself, secluding someone else, or isolating yourself from the picture. I feel like you're trying to avoid that, and I have a feeling that that's why I feel like this decision is something you've been really kind of pondering on, or this postpone of an ending is something you've been really pondering on or thinking about for a long time. Yeah. Definitely. So I think that with the Ace of Wands and the, like, as the last card, I want one clarifier for the Ace of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So there's something that you've been waiting on that will come to fruition. And the way that these are connected, I look at 9 cards, spreads like this, and like this. So I kind of look at them from different angles. The way that the Ace of Fire is connected to the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords reverse, I have a feeling that there will be an anticipated end to a situation that you were hoping for. That sounds strange, but I have a feeling that you've been working towards a positive resolution of an ending or a situation that you know isn't like working out for you or isn't like going the best or something like that. And I have a feeling that you've been working at this like within yourself or with other people possibly, or you've been collaborating with others or talking to them. And it just probably has to do with somebody like who is a King of Pentacles reverse S character. So somebody who's kind of just irresponsible and not practical and probably very unwise with money or finances or when it comes to stuff like that, or just very unstable or something like that. I have a feeling you've been working towards a positive ending to this solution, or to this to this problem, and I feel like the solution is going to like come in a way you didn't expect, and it's going to be a good ending. I feel like that there's been a lot of inner conflict, and I feel like Spirit has been paying attention to the fact that you want the best possible outcome, and I feel like Spirit's going to give you the best possible outcome, whatever that may be for you. I know that like when it comes to stuff like that, sometimes Spirit doesn't always give you the thing that you wanted, or like it doesn't give you the answer in the package you were expecting. So that's kind of like the energy I'm getting from that spread is be prepared for the unexpected, but be prepared for like a very positive move forward in the direction you were expecting that has to do with something ending. Whether it be like a toxic like pattern within yourself. If you're trying to give up a bad habit, know that there's going to be a solution coming to you in the future that will definitely like help you get there. Or if you don't want a relationship to continue, Spirit's going to offer you like a way out in a way that like is a blessing, if that makes sense to everybody involved, so nobody has to get hurt, if that makes any sense. And if that didn't apply to you, let it fly. You know how it is. So now we're going to do a closing message really quick. It's just going to be like 4 or 5 cards on what Spirit wants to say. This was a very strictly tarot reading. 2 of Cups reversed, 2 of Pentacles. King of Wands. 1 more card. Queen of Swords. Okay. Spirit really wants you to focus on all the things that you have going on in your life right now. Figure out which connections mean the most to you and which don't. And Spirit really wants you to pick one and go with it, if that makes sense. Spirit wants you to be ambitious, motivated, and very clear and concise about what you want and how you want like the others in your life to act. If people in your life are kind of making progression or like the relationship between the two of you difficult, you need to like express that to those people this month especially. And you need to be very confident in yourself. I feel like you need to like also not let yourself put your feelings into something too much and really be practical about what's the best for you, what's right for you, and what makes you feel good. So yeah, small little closing message. I feel bad for not pulling out an Oracle fucking card this entire time, so I'm gonna do it really quickly. We're gonna get 3 cards of 3 message cards from Spirit, cards of message. Same thing. Sorry if this is really loud, but I feel like I didn't shuffle enough in my last videos, like on camera at all, so there it is, guys. I do it. Okay. So, a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Don't let your pride get in the way, full moon in Leo. Ooh, a little too many. What do you need to release? Okay, so Spirit is kind of trying to tell you that there will be some conclusion coming to you soon when it comes to like that person we were talking about, or this ending or whatever that needs to happen in order for you to move forward in your life. There's going to like be a resolution that comes into play. I feel like it's going to be positive for you and everybody involved, but in order to get to that outcome, you need to remember this. You need to. When it comes to like fights and stuff like that, if there is a fight that has to happen in order for this ending to transpire, don't let like your own personal ideals or the way you think things should be taint the, like, relationship with that person. When it comes to a fight, don't let your pride get in the way, for sure. I feel like that's a warning. But what do you need, not in a bad way, sorry. Whenever I say warning, don't take that super seriously. It's just kind of like spirit being like a little poke on the back, like, just make sure you're doing that and things will be okay or better. But with what do you need to release, it's kind of like what serves you and what doesn't. You really need to relook that in your life. And this is reminding me of Queen of Swords energy, which is very Aquarius as well. Like, it's okay to drop the things and drop the people that don't serve you or don't make you happy. That's fine. Make sure to keep around the people that do make you happy, and don't let your pride get in the way, though, when it comes to, like, letting them know and telling them that. And just know that things will resolve themselves. That's usually how things go anyways within the universe or the world. So yeah, just don't be too nervous. It'll be fine. That was, sorry about that random, like, way of reading. I hope that resonated with you guys. Please let me know in the comments, or like the video if it resonated with you. You don't have to, but I would really appreciate it if you did. I will be posting more. I may do more readings for March, but this was one I just kind of wanted to get out, just a random, like, freestyle format or whatever. Hope you guys liked it, and I hope you have a good month if I don't see you again. So, bye!